What it do, family? What it do, man? Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. It's okay, slate. Not that good. We know we've seen better slates. We can get a better one. But there's 3 games I really love today. And you already know my motto with Slicc Pix Chef Parlaytv. You already know my motto. Upset Willie is in town. It's upset weekend. You know what I'm saying? This is what the odds maker, you know what I'm saying? They already know what time it is. Vegas, they already know. You know what I mean? And you got to watch out for those upsets on the weekend, especially the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Starting Tuesday, you in the safe zone. You can go back to favoring the favorites. But for the weekends, you gotta keep your eye out for those upsets. You know what I'm saying? A lot of funny business go on the weekend, and a lot of funny business go on the last game, especially if it's at night. That last game at night, a lot of funny business go on because they know that's the last game to complete people's parlays. So there's always some foolishness going on that last game at night. So let's be mindful. It's the weekend, and you know what I'm saying? And watch out for those upsets. It's, like I tell y'all, Upset Willie is in town. You know what I'm saying? Upset Willie is in town. And the weekends, this is where the odds makers make their money on those underdogs. You know what I'm saying? The dogs be balking on the weekend. Upset Willie is in town. You know what I'm saying? And you already know. When it comes to Vegas and the odds maker, they know that last game at night is usually the last game people need to complete their parlays. So there's always some funny business going on. You know what I'm saying? So the odds makers know how to adjust to that. But the public doesn't know. Because you gotta understand, on the weekdays, you know, the public is at work, they doing their 9 to 5s, you know what I'm saying? They're not keeping up with the handicapping of the league and what team is doing what and how the schedule has been going, you know, injuries. They're not keeping up with all that. The coaching, that's like professional sports betting, you know, 101. You know what I'm saying? We keep up with that. But the public, they just trying to make some extra money on the side, on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? They worked all week. You know what I mean? Did their 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Saturday, Sunday, they trying to make some extra money. And they're not keeping up with the games and the scheduling and the injuries and what's really been going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's why handicapping is one aspect, you know what I'm saying, of knowing how to bet, but you got to know the spots. That's why, like I told y'all, you know, I don't upload a lot of videos, and I need to. I need to start uploading more videos. But I don't consider myself a handicapper. I consider myself a spotter. You know what I mean? I'm always looking for the spots. Because, like I tell y'all in my previous video, when you know a spot for that particular team, you already know. You see that team, it's like that team can't do no wrong. Every shot's going in, everything's clicking, all the players are gelling, everything's just going smooth. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like last night with the Mavericks, you know what I'm saying? They was looking real good. They was looking real good last night. You know what I'm saying? And Kyrie made that incredible shot at the end, at the buzzer beater with that left hand hook shot, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. You got to know the spots. A lot of people didn't pick Mavs, you know what I'm saying? Because Mavs has been kind of, you know, wishy-washy throughout the season, especially at home. They haven't been doing the best at home. They've been more profitable on the road. So you got to know the spots for that team. And when it comes to the weekends, you got to be mindful that the odds makers in Vegas, they know that that regular average Joe guy, he's been at work doing his 9 to 5. He's not keeping up with the scheduling and the injuries and the players individually. You know what I'm saying? They're not keeping up with that. That's where a professional bettor comes into play. And that's why a lot of people come to YouTube for information, because they're not doing the homework. We are. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the homework, the handicapping, keeping up with the teams. You know what I'm saying? So during the weekends, you know, that average 9 to 5 guy, he's just trying to make some extra money on the side. So he sees Lakers playing the Toronto Raptors, and he goes, oh, the Lakers. I know the Lakers. Let me take them, you know what I'm saying, to cover 15 and a half. But he doesn't know that the Toronto Raptors been, climbing up on an incline when it comes to ATS. So he can miss out on that favorite covering that double-digit spread, and the Toronto Raptors can have a backdoor cover. Kind of like right now with the Pistons. They've been covering a lot. You know what I'm saying? So now if you see the Pistons going up against, give you an example. If you see the Pistons going up against the Warriors, a lot of sharp bettors, they're going to most likely take the Pistons to cover a double-digit, plus the point spread. But that average 9 to 5 guy, he's just gonna see Warriors and be like, I'm not putting my money with the Pistons. Let me take the Warriors. And then boom, Pistons get that double-digit cover. You know what I mean? Backdoor sneak cover. So you gotta avoid Vegas's rat traps. They will put those rat traps into play, man. But let me see what y'all liking tonight, man. What y'all like tonight, man? What's up? Talk to me. Because I've been having a good March so far. Very profitable. I've been making my money. And that's what it's all about, right? That's what we into this for. We in it is making money. So it's been working for me. I hope it's working for y'all. But I want to know what y'all liking. What y'all like today? What's y'all spots for today, man? And I'm going to give y'all my parlay today, like usual. And let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's get this cash today. I'm trying to see them bank accounts grow. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see them accounts grow. Let's get it. So, what y'all liking today? Let's go to the first game. First game up, what we got here? This Detroit game, Detroit Pistons at Boston, playing right in my backyard at TD Garden. Now, Detroit is covering at 15 and a half. That's where I bought it at. I bought it at 15 and a half. Let me see where they at now with it, because, these spreads, they be growing fast. But I bought it at 15 and a half, because like I said, and this is why I like this spot for the Pistons, because I feel like this is going to be a flat spot for the Celtics, because they have a look-ahead spot. Next game, they playing the Milwaukee Bucks. So do you really think the Boston Celtics is going to go hard tonight and beat the Pistons by double digits when they have a look-ahead spot to play the Milwaukee Bucks next game? You know what I'm saying? They got to preserve their energy. They got to preserve their players on the bench in the starting five. So they're not really looking forward for this game. There's no reason for them to try to go hard to play, the second, third worst record team in the league. What are they going hard for them for? You know what I'm saying? What are they going hard for them for? So they don't need to go hard like that. And that's why I'm taking the Detroit Pistons to do that backdoor cover. You know what I'm saying? It's a backdoor cover spot for me. And I like the Pistons here because I don't see Pistons just blew out. No, the Celtics, they just blew. They just blew the Wizards. 130 to 104 yesterday. They just blew the Wizards 130 to 104. So now you trying to tell me that they about to blow out another? The Celtics been blowing teams out. But like I said, they don't need to blow out the Pistons because they got to look ahead spot to play the Milwaukee Bucks, a more serious game. You know what I'm saying? So this is where you can see them having a lot of plays that's going to come out flat. You know what I'm saying? Not really hustling because they don't need a hustle tonight. And they could probably, and it will still beat the Pistons by what? 9 points, 8 points. But to say that they're going to beat them by 15, it's a little stretch for me. I can't get there. And I know a lot of people, Celtics, they got one of the best records. A lot of people got futures bets on the Celtics to go to the finals. I like that. Definitely the Celtics. You know the Celtics is going to be there. But what I've been telling people is the Celtics and the Knicks, that's going to be a big playoff matchup. And that's coming. Celtics-Knicks, that's going to be a big playoff matchup. That's going to be a nice one. And that's coming up very soon. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, like the Indiana Pacers, they're definitely gonna be in the playoffs, but I don't see them going further than the Knicks. The Knicks got something cooking, and they still don't have Mitchell Robinson. You know what I'm saying? You know Randall's gonna be in for that. They just got back OG Anunoby, so they look. Come on, Brunson. It's not the same Knicks that everybody's used to. This is a different New York Knicks team. Different. You know what I'm saying? And they just getting better. Josh Hart, he's having double-digit rebounds almost every night. You know what I'm saying? Randall is really taking that leadership spot. So it's going to be a nice playoff series between the Knicks and the Celtics. Everybody knows that they going to meet. You know what I mean? They're going to have that matchup. So, first pick for me, like I told y'all, I'm taking the Detroit Pistons plus the 15.5. Let me just double check to see where they at now at the line with it. Yeah, it's still plus 15.5 on FanDuel for minus 110. So it's still at a good price. So that's my first pick on my 3-game parlay. I got a 3-game parlay for y'all with a bonus bet. So give me the Detroit Pistons plus the 15.5. For my second pick, give me the Miami Heat plus 3.5. I bought it at 3.5. Right now, it just dropped down to plus 1.5. I bought it last night at 3.5. Right now, as I speak, it's at 1.5 on FanDuel. You can probably, if you're lucky, you can probably get a 2, maybe, on DraftKings or Caesars. But on FanDuel, that's what I usually mess with. I'm usually on FanDuel. And FanDuel, they've been playing around. They ain't trying to give me cash outs no more. So I'm gonna have to look for another sports book myself right now. What sports book y'all use? I'm on FanDuel. That's what I usually be shopping on. I'm on FanDuel, and I'm usually on, I rotate from FanDuel and BetMGM. Those are the 2 sports books I use, FanDuel and BetMGM. Most of the time, that's what I'm on. I like ESPN Bet, but it's a little weird. I don't know. I feel like they need to design it better on the app. But I'm more comfortable with FanDuel and BetMGM. Those are my 2 favorite. And they usually have pretty good lines. But FanDuel been playing around with me on my cash out. So I don't know what's going on with that. But let's get to the second pick, man. So first pick, give me the Detroit Pistons plus the 15.5 at TD Garden, going up against the Boston Celtics. That's my first pick. My second pick, give me the Miami Heat plus the 1.5 at 76ers. Now, I know Jimmy Butler was on a 50-50 if he's playing or not. Let's see if they updated it. Because Jimmy Butler is going to play a big role in this game for sure. Because a lot of their players are injured. Hero's injured. Love. Yeah, Love is out. Jovic is out. Butler is day-to-day. So it says Butler foot is questionable for Monday's game against the 76ers. So he's still under questionable. It still hasn't been a definite if he's playing tonight. But I believe he's playing. Give me Jimmy to play. Give me the Miami Heat plus that 1.5. I bought it at plus 3.5 last night, but I will still take it at plus 1.5 going up against the 76ers. Hero is out. Josh Richardson is out. So Bam, hopefully Jimmy plays and they can get it done. That's my second pick. My third pick, and like I told y'all, I'm a spotter. I'm not really a handicapper. You know what I'm saying? I look out for my spots. That's what I do. That's what I gravitate towards. The spots. I'm big on spots. I'm more big on spots than handicapping, individually games. I'm big on spots. And this spot right here, I like for the Miami Heat. This is a spot that I like for the Miami Heat. Another reason why I say this is a good spot. The Miami Heat beat the 76ers back in December 25th with a win of 119-113 on December 25th. All right. The Miami Heat beat the 76ers back in December 25th with a score of 119-113. The Miami Heat beat the 76ers again on February 14th on Valentine's Day with a win of 109-104. So they already got 2 wins, and now this is the third time that they matching up. And what I've been realizing, that teams been sweeping the series in the regular season. So if they have 3 matchups in that season, the team that's been winning the 2 times, they're gonna sweep them on a 3rd time. It's been sweeps. So that's another reason why I like this spot. Because look at Orlando Magic. They beat the Raptors all 3 times. They just beat them again to make it that 3rd time. Miami Heat, they about to play the Sixers. This is going to be their 3rd time. They already beat them twice. Give me Miami Heat to sweep the series in this regular season. This is a nice spot. This is a spot that I've been looking at. Even when it comes to the Sacramento Kings and the LA Lakers. The Sacramento Kings just swept the LA Lakers on a 3-game sweep in a regular season. They played them 3 times. The Kings beat the Lakers all 3 times. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I've been noticing. So give me the Miami Heat to sweep the Sixers on a 3-game sweep on the regular season. I like it. This is what I like. This is my spot right here. I like this spot for the Miami Heat. We taking them right here to sweep the series on the regular season. I like this spot right here. I really do. I really do. That's what I'm not big into locks and say that's my lock, but this is what I'm betting. I'm definitely betting this. So we got Detroit Pistons plus the 15.5, and we taking Miami Heat. Whether you bought it at 3.5 like I did last night, I would still buy it at 1.5 right now. going up against the 76ers. My third game, I like the Kings, but I'm not taking the Kings to cover that spread. But if you still want to make a little bit of money, it's gonna be pricey, but it's probably gonna be like a little extra $20. It's gonna be pricey. It's pretty much juiced up. Let me see where it's at, and that's the game between the Grizzlies plus the 10 at Sacramento going up against the Kings. I'm taking the Kings money line, but I bought it last night. It was still juiced up, but I'm still going to take the Kings on the money line. I don't trust the Kings to cover no spread, but I will take the Kings on the money line. So give me the Kings on the money line. If you want to pay that juice, like I said, it's going to be probably an extra $20. Nothing crazy, but it's just something to throw in a parlay that's going to hit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to hit. And the fourth game on my parlay, I like. So the Kings money line, we don't got to put it there. Because it kind of, like I said, it's only going to be about $20 extra. I ain't really no money. We know that. Especially not in this day and age in America. That ain't no money. But a game that we can definitely put on the parlay to secure, some nice amount of money, probably $100. Taking the Jazz plus the 7.5 at the crib going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Give me the Utah Jazz plus the 7.5. Now the Timberwolves beat the Utah Jazz 4 times. 4 times. That's over the 3-game sweep that I was talking about. They beat them 4 times. So now the Jazz, they got adjusted. If you beat me 4 times in a season, I'm adjusted to how you play, what you're going to throw at me, and how you're going to come at me. I adjusted my team. I adjusted my plays to the strengths and weaknesses of the game. I'm familiar with with your players, and I'm familiar with how y'all play. So I don't see a blowout for that case, alone. So give me the Jazz plus the points. And I'm taking the Utah Jazz plus the 7.5. Let me see where it's at now. That's where I bought it at. Let me see where the price is at now. Like I said, I'm on FanDuel. Now it's plus 6.5. So it dropped, but I would still take it. Like I said, I don't see the Timberwolves blowing out the Jazz. They already beat the Jazz 4 times this season. That's over the 3-game sweep that I was talking about. So give me the Utah Jazz plus 6.5 at the crib going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They already lost the Minnesota Timberwolves 4 times. So the Utah Jazz they adjusted to how the Timberwolves play. They're familiar with how they play. They're familiar to the strengths and weaknesses and what they need to switch up as the game plan. You know what I mean? According to this game. So I can see a Minnesota Timberwolves win, but I don't see a Minnesota Timberwolves beating the Utah Jazz more than 7 points. So give me the Utah Jazz plus the 6.5. Like I said, y'all, I do things a little bit differently. I'm not a handicapper, I'm a spotter. You know what I'm saying? I specialize on spots. And the spot I like is the Utah Jazz plus the 6.5. If you would have bought it last night like how I did, you would have got it at 7.5, but the 6.5 is still good. It's still safe. All right? So let's recap what we got. Like I said, give me the Miami Heat plus the 1.5 at Philly going against the 76ers. That's pick 1. Pick 2, give me the Detroit Pistons plus the 15.5 at Boston going up against the Boston Celtics. And pick 3, give me the Utah Jazz plus the 6.5 at the crib going up against the T-Wolves. That's a 3-game parlay. And for a bonus bet, we're going to go to the NHL. And you can give me the Washington Capitals, the under 6.5 on the Washington Capitals game going up against the Calgary Flames. That's my bonus bet. The Washington Capitals under 6.5 goals at Calgary Flames. That's your 3-game parlay with a bonus bet. Let's get it, man. This is what I do. This is what I do, people. This is what I do. And like I said, there's a lot of spots going on. And then, let me tell y'all this too. The Toronto Raptors, they play the Sacramento Kings. They play the Sacramento Kings on March 20th. Now the Toronto Raptors on a 5-game losing streak, even after an overtime loss. They haven't won yet. They haven't won. They lost in overtime, and they're still on the losing streak. It's 5 games after the overtime loss. I love spots like that, because if you see with these games, after an overtime loss, there's usually a win. Or after an overtime win, there's usually a loss. And they have not won since that overtime loss, and they still 5 games on losing streak after the overtime loss. So they're playing the Sacramento Kings on March 20th. I'm taking the Toronto Raptors on the money line to go up again to beat the Sacramento Kings. We know R.J. Barrett, he had a tragedy that happened to his family. I believe his brother passed away suddenly, unexpectedly. So he has that going on. Let's pray for him. Peace and blessings to the family of R.J. Barrett. But I believe that they're going to cut this losing streak against the Sacramento Kings on March 20th. So that's something that I'm trying to put. That's going to be a nice spot to make some nice money, because nobody sees it coming. You know what I mean? Nobody sees it coming. It's going to be plus money. So get ready. I'm taking. If y'all want to follow me, follow me. If y'all like money, follow me. If y'all don't follow me. It's cool. But like I said, remember who told you first. Slicc Pix Chef Parlaytv. Give me the Toronto Raptors to win outright against the Sacramento Kings on March 20th. That's a game I'm looking forward to right there. That's a game I'm looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? I lost on Marquette the other night. UConn, UConn is a force to be reckoned with. UConn is a force to be